just introduce him so that the audience also will feel comfortable.
Yeah, sure.
So Neeraj Srivastava is the managing director with South Central Asia at Flowers International, and a good friend of us. As you know that he started his journey way back in '93 in Glaxo, then moved on to Provimi, and then he was about 18 years in Kargil Provimi, and then the last assignment he did was commercial director South Asia at Kargil. He's a graduate from University of Gorakhpur, and he did his masters from again in the same university, and then masters of business administration marketing. So now presently he's holding a very, very prestigious position called as, I don't know how many of you know, Composite Livestock Feed Manufacturer Association. Those of you who joined from the nutrition background will be knowing, but all the sectors, people across India who are listening, this is the what I would say, the premium sector organization called CLAFMA, CLFMA, that is Composite Livestock Feed Manufacturer Association. Presently, Neeraj is the chairman for the association. It's a real honor from CPDO TI and all the listeners and panel to welcome the chairman of CLAFMA for the inaugural address of this online discussion forum, which is, present trends on poultry feeding aspects. All over to Neeraj.
So, thank you very much, Dr. Mahesh and Dr. Ranadev for your kind words. So, good morning, one and all. I'm really thankful to Dr. Mahesh for inviting me for today's forum and honored to be a part of this elite panel. CPDO TI is headed by one of the most dynamic leader, I can say that, bureaucrat, Dr. P.S. Mahesh, who is an alumni of IIM and running the organization in a most professional way. Under his leadership, CPDO has attained many milestones, helping the national mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat through its various activities. If I remember, and which Dr. Mahesh also mentioned, the activity of CPDO. So they started entrepreneurship in Poultry Awareness Week, EPA, Entrepreneurs Day, ED, and ODF, where we are there today since September 2020. These online forums are on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube channel of CPDO and TI training, and recently I heard that it's getting live telecasted on Highbeast TV for its 5 lakhs subscribers. Within a very short span, actually, I can say there were a hit of highest single 10,000 views a day, and all these events has been viewed by more than 1 lakh people actually. So I think this is a great milestone so far what CPDO has achieved, and today's ODF is third in series, especially focusing on feeding trends in poultry. Today we are going to listen from our expert of international stature, nutritionists from various parts of country who has already assembled here. I'll just take 3-4 slides to get the view of feeding, how poultry and our industry has actually transformed over a period of time, and what is the role of nutrition actually in that. So this is one of my favorite slides. Being a proud Indian, where even entire world cannot ignore us, and all the business houses sees this land as a great opportunity for the business, and that's our population. We are going to beat China very soon. This is the second beauty and glory of our country. If you see, this is at the same time food for thought also, that we are number 1 in milk production. We are going to achieve 188 metric ton milk production by this financial year. We are number 1 pulse producer. We are number 1 in millets. We are number 1 in freshwater aquaculture. Number 2 in rice. We are number 3 in wheat. Number 3 in egg production, and number 4 in broiler production. But the biggest question is still 73% of our country people are protein deficient. It's not only that, there are many additional nutrient deficiencies are associated with that. To meet the protein needs of close to 1.38 billion people of the country. We require almost 25 to 30 million metric ton of protein every year. Out of that, 55 to 57% of this requirement can be met through vegetable sources because of this low protein content and reduction in cultivable land. But livestock in India can supply 47% of the protein requirement of the country and plays a pivotal role in meeting the protein demand, leading to health and well-being of human population. Livestock also contributes almost 20% of the energy requirement of the people. Again, a very interesting slide. The world believes that India is predominantly a vegetarian country. However, a survey conducted by Registrar General of India in 2014 says otherwise. The survey says that 71% of Indians over 15 years of age are non-vegetarian. With a market value of 1 lakh crore, we are working in one of the largest industries in India with a noble cause of feeding the world a wholesome food for improving quality of life. Another interesting fact, which will force all of us to think that what is working in the country, where the contribution of our eminent nutritionist has come from, and how that has been added to the industry benefit. If you see on the dairy side, in 2012 livestock survey, there is only 0.8% increase in cattle, I mean to say crossbreed mainly, and 1% increase in buffalo population. But the total milk production in this last 8 years has increased by 42% and per capita availability by 32% in the same period. There has been 40% increase in per animal productivity over the years. However, this is still low as compared to average world productivity. But in future, more growth will come from yield rather than herd growth by optimization of milk production system, improved animal health, improved efficiency in feeding, as well as better genetics. There is a huge potential of improving animal health and nutrition status to harness full genetic potential of animals, where animal health and nutrition companies have a big role to play. So this is very interesting slide. If you see, we have increased in 8 years only 1% of the total animal population, whereas production has increased by 40%. Something has really worked on this. We'll talk later on that. Dr. Ranade sir has also told about the evolution of poultry, nutrition, feeding patterns. Again, some data from the Google. The average size of chicken in 1950 used to be 1 kg in 88 days. Today, the size of chicken is around 3 kg in 42 days. In 50s, the birds were producing only 80 to 150 eggs per year. Today, they are producing more than 300 eggs per year. The modern breeding and genetics, along with improved management, certainly has played a lot of role in attaining this milestone. But the most important thing is, without proper nutrition, it was impossible to harness the full genetic potential of the bird. 10 years back, an FCR of 1.7 considered to be a good FCR. Today, an FCR of even 1.5 is considered as an average. Today, the birds are eating less, yet they can supplement their nutritional requirement and produce more. Modern genetics and nutrition have made this possible. Now at last, if you see the challenges today to our producer and the industry, in today's world, the animal producers have to deal with new legislation on the reduction of antibiotics, new feed standards, FSSAI regulations, environment and animal welfare, consumer demand for quality products, and tight supply of feed ingredients, and yet to do a profitable business. In future, there will be more use of local and new ingredients in animal feed, as very well said by Dr. Ranade, and animal nutritionists are having a very important role to play in maintaining the nutritional requirement of animal and reducing the feed cost with these new feed ingredients. The animal nutrition industry also has pivotal role to play by supplying new feed additives and supplements that can help nutritionists to meet these challenges. I once again thank Dr. Mahesh for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my thoughts. Let us listen to the wonderful journey of this transformation of improved performance of poultry through nutrition by our eminent speakers on this panel today. So it was really nice to see many known faces after a long gap, at least on the screen. So thank you, Dr. Mahesh, and everyone for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be here.
Thank you, Dheeraj ji.